Dylan has a question. It's a big one. We might get Rach to read this because she's learned.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'd like some advice on balancing my trade support loan, investing and saving for a house. My situation, age 22, 2 years into my electrical apprenticeship, 2 years left. Income, $1,300 a week after tax. Savings, $50,000 total, including a $20,000 emergency fund. Debt, $14,000 trade support loan so far, but I'm eligible for up to another $10,000 before I finish. Works like HEX help index to CPI repayments through tax. 20% will be written off if I complete my trade. Investments, EFTs, IVV, VGS, NDQ, growth tilted 3 ETF plan. Weekly crypto, DCA, $25 into BTC ETH. Contributions, planning to DCA, $1,000 a month into ETFs. Goal, save for a house deposit in 4 years. That's a lot of information.
It is.
My question, since I already have a $20,000 emergency fund and low living costs at home, I was thinking about investing most of the $14,000 trade support loan portion and the extra $10,000 I still receive instead of keeping it in savings, since repayments will come out of tax automatically. In your opinion, should I invest the TSL money into ETFs for growth, put some or all of it into First Home Super Saver Scheme for tax benefits, or keep it in cash given my 4-year house timeline? Curious what others in a similar position have done. Thanks heaps.
Well, Dylan, thanks for listening to the show at age 22. I'm sure, given that you are already dialed in to your own money and personal financial situation at age 22, and you've got 20K in emergency savings and you're already investing, there's no reason why you won't be very financially successful. Electrical apprenticeship, 2 years left, awesome. You'll be really good financially. John, do you want any comments just zooming out? Like, what would you say?
Yeah, he's dialed in all right, isn't he? I definitely wasn't that at 22, Rachel. I think it really depends on his risk profile in terms of, well, am I going to take that 20K of emergency funds and do something with it and commit to something that has an element of risk involved in it? Some might say yes at 22, look, I'll find that again over the journey. Some might say, well, no, I'm not prepared to do that. I won't be able to sleep at night knowing that I've got nothing left in the emergency fund. So the political line would be no, keep it there and just...
Well, I don't think it's so much the emergency fund. I think it's the
trade loan.
The trade loan, the 14K.
Okay, let's start again.
Yeah.
So,
no, we won't.
Yeah. So keep your emergency fund where it is, Dylan. Go and do what you want with the 14. All right, next question. Look, you've got a home in 4 years as your number one target. That's his number one goal. So I think you're young enough to be able to go and take some sort of risk leading up to that phase. But I think you want to control the controllables and say, how much do I need potentially in 4 years? I don't know if we've done that exercise. What sort of price do I need to pay in today's dollars on a home in 4 years, depending on where I live? What deposit does that mean? And am I on track to do that according to my monthly savings and my investments? So, look, I'd say go for your life. Where we're actually putting it, I think the First Home Super Saver Scheme is good, but it would probably be closer towards that 4-year time frame of getting the deposit. So it probably means the first one, knowing that you're already doing that. What do you think, Rach?
If you're living at home with your parents and your goal is to save a deposit in the next 4 years, which is awesome, now you're a second-year apprentice, so your income's going to spike. So next year it goes up.
He's on almost $100,000.
Yeah, but by year 4
already.
it's going to go up, and then he'll go up again when he's a tradesman. The only thing I could think about is I believe you're definitely going to hit your goal of saving for a deposit in 4 years. But the First Home Super Saver Scheme is for owner-occupied. If you're living at home, you're 22, there's a really good chance your first home won't be for owner-occupied purposes. So just before I started doing that, I'd really think about what that goal is, because I think saving outside of that, you'll be able to reach that goal as well, if that makes sense.
So I would probably say a couple of things here. Savings around 50K, 20K emergency fund. We'll carve out the 20K emergency fund. Now, I was thinking about investing most of the 14K. So if we go, that's 34K. So there's obviously, 16K of actual savings? Am I doing my maths right? Because he says he's got total savings of 50 at the very top.
He's got 30,000
Take 20,
saved.
30, yeah.
He says savings total 50, including 20K emergency fund, which is 30.
Yeah.
However, I was thinking about investing most of the 14K trade support, and the extra 10K I'd still receive. So I think he's drawn the 14K trade
that's
support.
part of the savings.
Yes.
I get you now.
And then he's still got access to 10K that he can withdraw. For those who aren't aware, the trade support loan, they're now called an Australian apprenticeship support loan, and you can borrow $25,983, which is paid in monthly instalments, but it just basically slips in like a HEX and HELP loan. So once you earn over that 56,000, it will get garnished off your pay. However, if you complete the apprenticeship, you get a 20% discount. So what I want to say to Dylan is piss off that loan, get rid of it, put that money back onto that loan. You're living at home, you got cash, you got a really good income. You don't bloody need a trade support loan. Like, it's just ridiculous. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Don't try and game the system, because in a couple of years when you want to go to get a mortgage, guess what? They're going to use that effectively help debt as part of the servicing.
What sort of interest are we paying on that?
Well, it's just the same as HEX or HELP. So it's the CPI wage price index.
If they wipe off the 20% though, is it free money?
Yeah.
It is, and this is where we really need to get into it. You just carry more risk borrowing to invest.
But it sounds like he's up for it. Like if he can get 6 or 7%, yeah. I mean, it's not going to change his life.
No, and this is the problem. Not the problem. This is good, and we're just bantering, Dylan. You got every friggin' ETF. Not really. You got 3 ETFs. You got Bitcoin. You're looking to do DCA. You're looking to do First Home Super Saver Scheme. Can we pick one thing and friggin' smash it? Like,
yeah, well,
that's what I'm saying.
I think the savings amount, like sometimes we can cut out some things in our life and save the equivalent of what we might be earning on an investment anyway.
My whole thing is the guy clearly wants a property at some point.
Yeah.
I'm pissing off the trade support loan, paying that back, not redrawing it. You've got a good $1,000 a month that you can save. In 6 months, it's going to be another $6,000. In 12 months, mate, if you can only save $1,000 a month into ETFs, and you're living at home, earning $1,300 a week after tax, where's the money going? It's either going on a friggin' Ranger that you got a loan for that you're not telling us about. It's going up the wall at the friggin'
equipment, trade materials.
Sure. So what I'm probably saying is, if you want to buy a home, go and buy an investment property today and get happening, then sell the bastard in 4 years and buy a home to live in.
But he hasn't got the funds today.
Yeah. And he's only just gone on that income. Just in Dylan's defence, if he's only gone second year apprentice, he's only just got that money and he's already got all that saved, that 50,000 saved. I'd say that money's going towards his savings. You got to think his first year apprenticeship would have been a lot lower.
Yeah, but I'm just saying now, going forward,
And
because he doesn't have. Let's keep the emergency fund away, which means
saving.
30 grand left. If we put 14 of that back into the trade support, he's only got $16,000 cash on top of the 20 grand.
Yeah, I agree. Get rid of the trade
Like,
support
we don't
loan.
need this.
You're
Sure,
not
the
even go
government.
with it?
No.
Yeah.
Because-
okay. All right. Well, look, all roads lead to Rome. Do what you want to do, Dylan. I think, like at 22, as you said at the start, we're dialed in. We're doing everything we can, and in some cases, we want to do more, but we physically can't.
Yeah.
So don't overcomplicate it.
Yep. And just consider that First Home Super Saver scheme is for owner-occupied property. If I had a 22-year-old son living at home, second-year apprentice, I'd want him to buy a couple of investments while he was under my roof.
Yeah. So he's saying, I just took that as going to buy my own home. He's saving for a house. I just took that as his home to live in. But yeah, absolutely, you've got flexibility. And the old rent vesting strategy or free vesting until he's 30 living at home is a good one if he's allowed.
Sorry,
Now-
Dylan's mum.
Sorry about that.
With the, there has been some chatter, and there are some lenders that are not including the help debt, which would cover the Australian Apprentice Support Loan, if you had under 20,000 for servicing. That's new.
Under 20,000, or if there's less than 1 year to go.
Right.
Regardless of the amount. See, some people on a big income, they're actually going to naturally pay it off in the next 12 months, even if it's over 20. And there's lenders that are ignoring that.
Turning a blind eye.
So in summary, Dylan, you're crushing it, but I want you to
Crushing it.
get more focused. I want you to pick one big rock and go after it. And I reckon he could be in an investment property sooner than what he thinks
Yes.
if he wanted to go down the property road.
Yeah, and further to what I was saying before, get that figure in your head to say, right, I'm buying in at 500 grand. I need 10% plus stamps. I need 75 grand. Reverse engineer that. How much per month do I need to save for the next 4 years to get my
And the
result?
20K emergency fund, I don't know. Like that's
Go and use it.
that's a lot of an emergency fund.
Well, it is when you're living at home.
Yeah. So that's, it's 1,300 a week after tax. That's 20 weeks.
Yeah.
That's almost half a year. I want you to work out, Dylan, what does it cost you to wake up of a morning, your rent or board, phone bill, travel costs, entertainment, all that stuff. I reckon the 20K could probably go down to 10 or 15 in his situation. But to round this out, my question, since I already have a 20K emergency fund and a low cost of living at home, I was thinking about investing most of the 14K trade support portion. No, we're not. Put it back. Naughty boy. Instead of keeping it in savings, piss it off. And then don't draw on the extra 10 grand.
Can your parents do a parental guarantee loan, and can you buy a property now?
I honestly, with that income, if you can get a parental guarantee, he could have an
He could
investment
buy-
property next Thursday.
Imagine the equity he could build in 4 years. That's a
Yeah.
great place for that cash to go.
Yeah.
Can we get a PG with interest only?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Yes. So that's the other kicker of it.
And an apprentice can borrow?
Yes.
Yes. Cool.
Yeah, many do.
Rock and roll.
Especially on that kind of income.
Yeah. So look, you're crushing it, Dylan, but you're spending too much if you're only saving around 1,100 a month. TB perfectly H. Hey, it's Glenn here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. You made it to the end. Can I ask a favor? Can you hit that like button and maybe hit subscribe if you want to get notified when we release further videos just like this one, whether you watch the Money, Money, Money podcast or Retire Right. And remember, if you want to learn more about investing, I've got an investing book, The Quick Start Guide to Investing, and there's a link in the description to get your hands on a copy. Thank you so much. Bye.